I'm so pumped to be able to introduce to you guys our new devotional theme for the month of July, which is going to be about thriving. What does it mean to thrive in the Christian walk, right? So that's what we're going to examine this month. And the word thrive makes me think of this quote by the poet Maya Angelou. She says, essentially, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but thrive, right? I don't know Maya Angelou's spiritual beliefs. I don't know if she's a Christian or not, but that quote resonates with me even in the Christian walk. We want to thrive in Christ and thrive in every facet of our life with excellence, because that's what Christ calls us to do. And not just survive or do the bare minimum or half-heartedly work our way through this life with lip service, right? And so that leads us to thrive in the Christian life. And this week specifically discussing the topic of joy. And joy can be fun to explore right now because this world is upside down, in a polite sense to put it. Our country is hurting. We're hurting personally from so much isolation. Our world is suffering from so much disease and economic collapse. And you could easily say, how can I find joy? But I'm here to argue all the more that we can find joy in Christ, and it's so much more revealed when our circumstances are difficult. You might have heard Pastor Trent say recently, while discussing joy, that as the psalmist says in Psalm 23, that we are in green pastures right now. Even in a time of hurt, we are in green pastures, and we will reap the benefits of this in due time, and if not, even in glory. And so, with regards to joy, here's a quick little bit, and then we're going to have some devotional questions for you to answer as well. There's an old catechism, the Westminster Catechism, that starts off by saying, the chief end of man is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. Chief end of man, our end goal, our purpose in this life, is to glorify God, bring Him glory, HGA, as Ryan Hartzell would say, and enjoy Him forever, right? If you're in Christ, as we know in Galatians 2:20, you no longer live, but Christ lives in you. That gives your life purpose, right? And in that we find immense joy. Our destiny does not ride on our shoulders, right? We submit to the King of Kings, who has called us to this life of submission and joy. I was a part of a campus ministry in college, and one of our campus ministers, Shelby Abbott, a fabulous guy, if you ever get to meet him, he once said, God is after your joy. And that's basically saying, like, God is after your joy. That's what He wants, is your joy. As you move through this life, is your joy. Joy is not merely just like happiness about circumstances, but joy in what Christ has done for us, for the world, and for those who not yet believe but will come to believe, right? Right now I'm reading a book by John Piper called Desiring God, and it's incredible. I highly recommend. I'm only a couple chapters in, but it's really good. And in the first chapter, John Piper lays out in a beautiful, eloquent way that I cannot repeat, but he essentially talks about God's sovereignty and how God is supremely happy because He is supremely sovereign. Nothing can frustrate Him because it's nothing out of His palm of His hands. It's always known to Him. And we can rest in that and joy, even when our world is upside down. Now, I don't want this to come off as like putting away deep hurts, because there is a time and place to lament and to grieve. And I think with the topic of joy, it's really important to give that disclaimer that we need to lament and to grieve and feel feelings. That's an important thing. So I want to clarify that with joy. It's not toxic positivity, as some people would call it, but it's no matter what is going on in this world, in our lives, heartbreak, whatever you're going through, at the end of the day, we are deeply rooted in this joy that the Lord has come to save His people.